Okay, so we are here in the wonderful border town of Mae Sai. Right here, you can see this is Highway 1 in Thailand. If you go this way, that'll take you all the way to Bangkok, which is what we will be doing in a few days before our flight to Taiwan. This right here is the border crossing. About 50 meters after that is Myanmar. So we are about to go this way, and we are about to get as close as we can to the border as possible. We've been here only a few days, so I can't give you as much of a detailed explanation of the place as I would like to. It's a funky little spot. Border towns always are. That's why we decided to pop on up here. So yeah, here it is. This is the border crossing for cars, at least. Obviously, you can see this is gated off. As far as it being closed or open, I know that it's within the time frame that if it were open, it would be open. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the situation is. I don't think it would be a COVID reason anymore. It appears that masking here is not at a level in which there would be a border shutdown due to COVID. It seems like they're kind of past the situation. But yeah, we're gonna go around this way and get as close as we can. We can see the sign right there, so we'll be there in a sec. Probably not a good thing to get on tape. They might not love this, but Duncan just gets a quick shot of the custom house for you here. And then right here, this is where we're heading. We're heading to the viewpoint of the northernmost point of Thailand. So as promised, we made it here to the northernmost point of Thailand. On Google Maps, there are two northernmost point of Thailands listed. So we're going to go to the other to see which one is the true northernmost point of Thailand. But yeah, you come here, right across this river is the Union of Myanmar. If you follow global politics or global news in any sense, you would know that right now was probably not the best time to go there. However, if I was handed an opportunity and someone told me I could go there for the day, I probably would. So I'm really happy that I put my passport back in the hotel because I might get myself in some trouble. Yeah, here we are. This is it. So it looks like we can get even closer by way of this staircase and then to this electronic shop. So we're gonna go there. I'm gonna try to get a head nod from this military officer so we can get as close to Myanmar as we possibly can. So here we are. I'm again not sure exactly what this is. I'm not too familiar with Thai script. However, that is not the northernmost point of Thailand. This right here, squeezed up in this corner. I'm getting as close as I can. This is the northernmost point of Thailand. Literally 10 meters across this river is the Union of Myanmar. And again, it's probably a good thing the border is closed. I would be there right now. These balconies, these people who live right here in these houses, she just came out, she's making breakfast in this balcony. They are in the Union of Myanmar, while we are standing in the Kingdom of Thailand. So right now it's about 8:30. This is unlike most of the places in Thailand we've seen where things normally get going very, very early. I'm a little nervous the shops we want to take you to might not be open in full fashion right now, but let's go check it out. Go to Myanmar, if only. If only. Alright, so now we gotta go back through this alley in between the shops and the road to actually get to Myanmar. Now we're gonna go to the other side. This is the immigration checkpoint, so I believe if we were in a time in which it were open, in which we were able to go to Myanmar, and we wanted to be able to go to Myanmar, which I still do, I'm just not able to right now. This is, I believe, where you would hand over your passport and you would get your day pass to go to Myanmar. Here we are now about to enter Sai Lom Joy Walking Street, probably the biggest market here in Mae Sai. However, it is a little early and there are actually some things I want to buy today. So we're gonna walk through here, but we're gonna circle back later for the real adventure. We were just walking through the market and we found a street that appears to go up to the river. I don't believe this has the marker of the northernmost point of Thailand, so it's not really in contention for that award today, but we still wanted to walk through this street and see what's going on. Here we are at another point in which I guess theoretically you could cross the border, not the correct way or legal way, but here you can see there's some barbed wire to protect that from happening. But something that I think is interesting is that if you look right here, you can see that we have a similar situation on the Myanmar side. However, there's no barbed wire. That kind of gives me the idea that there's more concern about people from Myanmar coming to Thailand than the other way around, which also just generally looking at like GDP, economic prosperity, and general opportunity makes sense. There's more of an appeal for people from Myanmar to come here rather than the other way around. But yeah, I just thought that was worth pointing out. All right, so now we're gonna get back on track. We're gonna continue to skip through the markets and we're gonna go check out the two main Wats here in Mae Sai. Okay, we are approaching the second northernmost point in Thailand. I always love multiple superlatives, and I like to actually see for myself which one deserves the real name.
By the end of this video, would we have put this matter to rest for the first time? Are we gonna have a conclusion, or are we just gonna allow them both to be side by side?
I don't know. I'm intrigued because again, when it just says on Google Maps the northernmost point of Thailand, I think that means there's some sort of sign commemorating that fact, or half of a fact, or however you want to average it out. One of them is a fact, one is definitely not a fact. However, I think this one is northernmost. However, they have that one over there because it's closer to the customs house, immigration, the highway, and it's just an easier stop on the tourist circuit. But if you want to see the real northernmost point of Thailand, you got to come out here. Let's see here. So we have found the other sign for the northernmost point of Thailand. Normally in Thailand, you don't talk about the king, especially the current king, the 10th king. You just don't talk about him. I'm not even gonna go into that much detail because of it. Interestingly enough, the owner of this truck appears to be a big supporter of the king. Long live the king. But here, this is the northernmost point of Thailand. Deja vu? I think this is the true one. We have some housing all down the bank of the river. Perhaps there is a season in which there is a little more flooding. We do have a police officer, military officer up and looking at us, which is cool. We're still in Thailand. We're still legally in the Kingdom of Thailand. But yeah, just a way to measure the water. I'm sure it gets high at some point to protect this community here on this side of Mae Sai. But yeah, let's just take a quick little walk along the banks of this river. Here we are. It's just to be a lovely place to come hang out. Mae Sai. So we just got done with our people watching over in Tak Lee Chek, Myanmar. We really want to visit the city. Unfortunately, I don't believe we can. We're going to double check with Thai immigration because if I found out that I was able to and I did not go to Myanmar, I'd be pretty bummed. We'll have to make that decision at a later point. But anyways, we are going to now go check out the two main Wats here in Mae Sai. So here you can see, as we are leaving the northernmost tip of Thailand, here's one of the Wats we will be visiting in a sec. So one of the issues here in Thailand is the burning of trash, but in this community in Mae Sai, this is the first time I've seen any sort of signage or attempts to stop that from happening. So that is interesting / cool to see. So we have arrived at one of the two major Wats here in Mae Sai. Let's go check it out. It looks like there's a lot of scaffolding. So I do see a monk walking up and down the stairs, and so I do believe we are permitted to do so. I'm just gonna get the classic affirmative nod from the monk that is behind the camera right now, and then we'll head on up there. As we get closer, Duncan, I want you to make sure that you get some shots of these dudes up in the scaffolding. I don't think you've seen them yet. Oh my God. To my surprise, I think we're here a lot more to look at and document some of the construction going on than the actual temple at the moment. So it looks like we have, it's either restoration or an addition to the complex going on right here. So as you can see behind me, we have the reclining Buddha. This posture you'll see a lot in Thailand, and I would assume it's similar in other areas in Southeast Asia, though I cannot confirm exactly. And my assumption is it probably has something to do with the Theravada tradition of Buddhism, as that's popular in the region. So now let's go find the staircase that brings us to the actual level in which the actual temple is. Here it is. This is an absolutely huge complex. First, we're gonna hop up in here and see what's going on in here, and then we will head over and see how we can get into this structure. So I've been trying to be a little better about some things that need an explanation, but I don't really realize because it's just kind of second nature at this point. Before you enter a temple, remove your shoes. Remove your shoes.
Another thing that needs explanation is that when you enter a temple, you need to give the cameraman time to remove his shoes as well.
He doesn't rock as easy and accessible of a form of shoe as you do.
It's shoes and wallet. It doubles up.
Another thing when it comes to temples is normally if I see anyone in there, I refrain from any sort of filming photography. So we're going to turn this off for about 5-10 minutes as we walk around. We will regroup with you when we go check out the other part of the temple. So now we're entering the big golden building we showed you. We're now entering that building. Looks like we have a lot of painting. So we have someone finishing a painting. So we're going to get as close as we can to that. So as we were checking out this last place, after I left, apparently a monk came up to Duncan and was using Google Translate, and the one word that he translated for him was landslide, which explains what's going on here. Duncan's also going to bring us over to something else he saw that explains the landslide even more than just the restoration going on. I need to use my inside voice because we are inside, but this explains itself. So now we're gonna pop up these stairs real quick because I think we'll get a better vantage point to see what happened. Alright, so this is probably a little dodgy. This is probably not the safest structure to be on, so we'll be quick. As you can see, this crashing a little bit. See this tree down right here. We could go up a little higher. What do you think? A little bit. A little bit. So this is probably the best vantage point we're gonna get of it. If you just come around this corner, you'll see the landslide right here. And then as you pan down here, you can basically see everything that has happened as a result of that. After being on these structures that could definitely just fall at any second, we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna head over. You can see in the distance, we have another Wat over there. That is the biggest and highest Wat here in Mae Sai. So So we're gonna go check that out for you guys. All right, so we're just gonna do one quick walk around the main complex here, and then you'll be able to get a better look at some of the construction work going on over there, which is cool. Yeah, so we're unsure if this has anything to do with the landslide in particular or not. Obviously, nothing was hit by the trees on this side, but maybe something as far as just the infrastructure. Let's complete this loop around, let's go down, and then let's head to the next spot. So this is cool. This is something you don't really see on the main road on Highway 1 through Maysai. These neighborhoods, there's a lot more alleyways, hills, creative architecture. I'll show you these stones up here. This is pretty cool. So yeah, it looks like there was kind of like a framing of cement here. And then instead of making the whole thing cement, they just filled it in with a bunch of rocks and mud. Here we can see some sort of like aqueduct system going on here that helps with any water that might be coming down. So we are here at another spectacular Wat, and as you can see, this is right along the street with the market. We have all these goods right here, but not the main attraction. We are going to be heading up these stairs right here. Lots of stairs, like loads of stairs. It is approaching like peak temperature, but we're still gonna go up those stairs because apparently at this Wat from the top, it has the best view of Mae Sai. You can also see over the river into Myanmar and Taklachek. So yeah, we're gonna go up there and share that view with you all. Okay, so we are here at the entrance. We are at the bottom of the steps. So yeah, give us like 10 minutes and we'll be at the top and we will show you the view from up there. We think it's the top. It might not be the top, but yeah, regardless, let's get started. You ready, Duncan? It's a thumbs up across the water bottle. That's good. Okay, underestimated. So cardiovascular levels right now, since we've been bouncing around, not too high. I'm not getting my daily CrossFit class workout, etc. That is normal. So I'm excited to find a gym in Taiwan when we get there. All right, so we're near the top. You can see this is how far we have traversed here. So join us for these last few steps and let's see what we find. Okay, so this looks like a pretty massive complex up here. So let's go explore it a little bit. So this looks like the central temple here. My main focus is I want to find the point where there is the lookout to look into Myanmar a little bit. Big complex. Let me get my bearings here. So we showed you this temple from over there. You can now see this is the temple we were at. However, we saw a big dome under construction, which I have not found yet here. So let's go on the hunt for that. Get to a vantage point. Oh, this is what we were looking for, I believe, right here. And then we will get up to this vantage point up here to see a little better. But this is Myanmar, right here. So generally I purposely seek situations and places in which I'm extremely confused. What you're about to see in about 5 seconds is one of those times. I know we're low on battery here, so before we die, I want to just make sure we get up to this part of the complex right here, and then we're going to get the best view we can of Myanmar from there. I don't get it. I don't get it. D-shoe? Slightly confused. It looks like half like reception hall over here, half some sort of like meditation chanting room. Regardless, let's head over here. And this, I believe, from the Kingdom of Thailand, this is the best view you can get of Myanmar. We are just gonna grab a seat over here in the shade and enjoy it while we just kind of recharge a little bit. We're gonna cut this video for now and we're gonna go back, we're gonna get a little rest, recharge all of our objects, and in the afternoon we are going to hit the markets, Chinese school, and we hope to show you a little bit of the night markets as well. Also another one of the temples on the main street. But yeah, we're just gonna chill out here before I grab some pictures and we'll head back, but enjoy. Okay, so we are now well rested. My phone, most importantly, is now well rested. And now we are walking in the back of our neighborhood a little bit of where we're staying because I wanted to go check out the Chinese school. Google says it's just closed. It doesn't exist, but it was only a 5-minute walk, so we're gonna go check it out before taking you to the rest of the spots. One really awesome thing about being in Thailand is you'll just walk around, you'll be going somewhere, and out of the middle of nowhere, you'll see a beautiful, beautiful Wat. This is not a party Wat, just to be very clear. No booze, no tobacco. Make sure you get that straight. Now let's get to our destination. I think it's down here. I think.
That was a bit of road safety, looking left and right first before crossing the road.
No, I think it's right over here. This is extremely residential. Hello. Is this the Chinese school? Closed. 中文学校。这里啊。好。你睡得很好。这里好，谢谢你。Where you come from? The U.S. Oh. Alright, so that was pretty interesting. The guy that was speaking to us in English asking where we wanted to go, I told him we wanted to go to the Chinese school, and he was very confused. The hotel? And I said, 中文学校. And one of the guy's ears just perked up. He's like, oh, 中文学校在那边. So I don't really know what that was. But I told him he must have studied well when he went there. So I honestly think it's right here, and I do think it's just shut down, unfortunately. Alright, my boy just pointed it out for us. It looks like it is a thing. So we've arrived, we found it. Let's go check it out. Wow. Wow. It's huge. It's huge. Yeah, you got basketball courts here. Looks like a temple of a sort right here. Yeah, we just wanted to come up, check out the Chinese school in Mae Sai, and this is what it looks like. All right, so we are now walking out of the gates of the Chinese school that we still don't really know too much about. But we're gonna head this way down the main road, and then we are going to show you another temple in a second. We're making a video, so we just want to come and say hi. So yeah, hey, best English I found in Mae Sai. So this guy right here. So what's life like here? Tell us about life in Mae Sai.
Today is slow when you compare in 2-3 years ago because of that gate that I told you before.
So that's still closed. The border is still
Yes,
closed.
it's still closed.
So if you are ever in Mae Sai, if you have any bumps or bruises or feeling sick, this is our guy Raheem. Make sure you come here. He was helping me with my dry skin here.
You better?
A little bit.
120. Did you need a bag?
No, we'll be all right.
Do you like vitamin C?
Yeah, I liked the vitamin C. It was great.
More?
Sure, please, Raheem.
Okay, give you 2 flavors. But you guys.
Free vitamin C from the
carb.
Thanks, Raheem. Appreciate
Very
it.
welcome. You're very welcome.
See
Have
ya.
a good one. Bye.
So now we're gonna pop across the street from Raheem's shop, and we have a temple here, so we're gonna do a quick little run through before heading to the markets. Now we're gonna show you how to cross the street on Highway 1 here in Thailand. It's pretty simple, just wait for a break in the traffic. I'm trying to pop up my vitamin C to be protected. All right, so here we are. We're not going to actually go inside because someone's in here, but if we just get a quick pan, you can see what the inside looks like. As quick as that, we're just going to bounce right down these stairs and we'll be on our way. Thank you again, Raheem, for the vitamin C. I finally got it open. Now we are about to overwhelm the senses. I hope the smell comes to the camera, and we are now going to head through the markets. So these are all types of electronics, all types of foods, cooked and packaged. Here is the shopping list for today. I want to get a new bag. I want to get a new hat because, as you can see, we have a little bit of a tear. It's one of the saddest things I'm going to have to do. I've been wearing this hat for 5 years, which is maybe something I shouldn't necessarily advertise. Should I pop into immigration?
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Mae Sai.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Okay, bye bye. See you next time.
Cool, I've talked to some people. Can I go to Myanmar right now? Everyone says the border's been closed for about 3 years. I'm just gonna go double check with immigration. Because as I said earlier, if I find out that I could have gone to Myanmar and I didn't, I'll be pretty bummed. So, give me a sec. And no one is there, everything is shut down, so to me, that's a no. Cool, let's go to the main market here in Mae Sai.
That was the quickest trip to immigration I've ever seen.
So as we walk along here, I will point out some of the mad deals that we have seen here. It's interesting, each shop has a mixture of goods that's super unique and you wouldn't really think are paired together. A lot of flip-flop shops just because that is one of the main staples of Thai fashion here. So here we are back at Sai Lom Joy walking streets. Let's take a little walk through and see if we can check off some of the items on my list. A lot of the shops are selling these mini bottles of wine. Generally the deal is 3 for $100. That comes out to under $1 US per bottle, which I consider a deal, but that's not what we're here for. Neon lights, loads of neon lights. Loads and loads of blow dryers. Toys, blankets, bags. We're gonna stop here. This looks semi-promising. It does not look like they have anything in the sizes we're looking for, so we're gonna continue on. Dried fruits, carpets, more neon lights, more blankets. We've now reached the end of this street, so we're gonna swing up through here. We found a mega hat store. Oh my god, it's so sad. I can't believe I'm not gonna be wearing this hat all the time. We've got a good selection. The Yanks, we want to support the Yanks. These are pretty cool. Go Dodgers. I'm not a big fan of this, that's my issue. This is just a black hat, which is kind of attractive to me. What do we think, Duncan?
Trucker vibe.
It's a no-go from Duncan, disapproved. We could just get into a whole different category here.
Flat caps. It's weird that we haven't been wearing flat caps up until this point.
Part of me just wants to not buy one at all. Not this store at least, let's move on. Wow. I love the post right here, but I also really like this one right here.
Puppy, Pornhub, Post Malone.
Maybe I should just go full Gucci.
I think it'd be weird not to.
Point out the Gucci one for me, that might be a sign. I think we're gonna move on here. Top.
Couple.
Alright, we're having a bit of an unsuccessful time here at the market. I think we're gonna put the camera away for a sec, and then when we find a deal, we'll make sure to capture it. Duncan found this cool little cafe that's tucked in one of the alleyways between this market street, so let's go check it out first. We're here.
สวัสดีค่ะ เดี๋ยวนั่งข้างบนก่อนเลยนะคะ เดี๋ยวไปรับออเดอร์ให้ค่ะ
สวัสดีครับชาร์จแบตมีชาร์จได้ข้างล่างเลย สวัสดีครับ
Cool little view over Mae Sai.
And this man, he made his own buns. He's made it all from scratch. So, but
So we ended up just spending, what, 2 hours? It is now completely dark outside, just up at the cafe. Very unsuccessful shopping trip. No hat, no bag. I'll probably swing back in the morning, maybe before we head out, but as far as the video, absolute failure. My apologies. You're gonna have to deal with the ripped hat for a little bit longer. But we're gonna go grab some food quick. Yay. Okay, it has arrived, the bowl has arrived. This has been Mae Sai. Hope you enjoyed everything we were able to share and point out. I'm gonna eat, ready to turn this off. See you guys next time. We're heading to Chiang Rai tomorrow. We're gonna take this highway, literally this road that we're sitting on right now. This will take us to Chiang Rai tomorrow and it'll take us to Bangkok. Maybe we'll see you in Chiang Rai, maybe we won't. We're not really sure if we're gonna film one of these or not yet. Khung Kap, Swathi Kap.